Yes, welcome to the Arsenal stand, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, Mr. Laughter, right here. Football and football is right here for you to understand every single moment. As you guys know, Arsenal is playing right away on Thursday. But we're here to look at some of the previews, and also we're gonna look at some of the games that really happened yesterday in the league. As you guys know, there are a lot of teams that really played, and we want to discuss that as well, so that we can have a better idea of exactly what is going on, guys. Because we have seen a lot of things happening, and we want to address them one by one. The league is on, as people say, and we want to dive in real quick to discuss some of the things that happened also in the games. Now, we know there are teams that actually have been very, um, I would say, probably on and off in their way of play, especially as we know Manchester United were very consistent, beating four teams in a row, and people thought maybe they were gonna go for 10 run, 5 run in a row, but it didn't happen like that, guys. Today, at least, Michael Carrick has found exactly what the problem is and what Premier League brings on the table. Because as you guys know, it's just always very difficult to play in the Premier League, and Premier League is it doesn't disappoint every single moment. Um, this means Manchester United had at least what we call a draw after playing 4 games in a row with just having a very good win at the end of it all. As you guys know, it's been a very good Premier League for Manchester United, and at least, yeah, they have finally found something that people were yearning for, because we know everyone was like, yes, Manchester United is going to go on for 5 runs in a row, 5 runs in a row. And Premier League just doesn't disappoint, because, as you know, it's going to be tough as well when it comes to today. We shall have some matches also. But now let's look at the game that actually happened very closely in the Premier League today. And as you guys know, it's been very pivotal to this to look at some of the games that actually moved on. One intriguing one, as I always say, Premier League doesn't disappoint when you when you are there looking at the Premier League matches and games, the way teams play every single moment, you're always shocked. Now, this is how the game went. We know for sure that March 26th, that is March 26th of 38 games, Tottenham Hotspur, which is going to be a talking point as well in this particular live stream, they have finally, finally ushered themselves into a relegation battle, guys. The North London team that many people thought were rivals to Arsenal are fighting relegation, guys. Relegation. We're going to talk about that. They were beaten by Newcastle 2-0. And also, we know Chelsea bottled it at home today at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea bottled the league 2-2 against Leeds United. It's unacceptable. Premier League doesn't disappoint, man. Premier League is just some crazy matches that we have. Chelsea bottling it to Leeds United. Many people said, yeah, Arsenal beat Leeds United, and it was just a very tricky game, and it was just a good day for Arsenal. But trust me, Premier League, if you play anyhow, man, you can always have that issue. So Chelsea bottled it at Stamford Bridge with 2-goal lead, actually bottling it at the end, and they were draw That is 2-2. Now, Bournemouth also beat Everton. That is 2-1, which is, I mean, I think that was just reasonable. You could see it, and that's going to happen like that for sure. And we know West Ham and Manchester United, that's what I started with. That was a very, very, not a win, another draw, I would say. West Ham was a better team, in my view, in most cases. When they scored that goal, you couldn't even see like Manchester United would be back. But Benjamin Sesko's last goal, that is at the dying minute, which is 97th minute at least, secured a 1 point, which we all expected. Manchester United cannot go in for a 5-run game totally because, yeah, manager bounce always lasts at least 3, 4 games, not 5 games. That's how I can say. So Manchester United are now put down in the table pecking order. Let me see here. What number is Manchester United in now? Because we know that for sure they have been in a very, very good run, and you guys already know because this Premier League normally doesn't disappoint. So Manchester United is still number 4 with look at the 4 warm streak. I mean, 4 win streak has actually ended today, and they have 45 points. They are number 4 in the table, and then Aston Villa, followed by Aston Villa, where they're also not doing well. As you guys know, we shall look at Brentford preview and stuff and see how Brentford also managed to beat Aston Villa. But Aston Villa is still number 3, as you guys know, on the table with 47 points, and Manchester City, as you guys know, they're playing today and they have 50 points, and Arsenal is still leading there. Now, Chelsea, they could have actually gone ahead of actually tied, gone ahead of Manchester United. It could have been number 4, but because they drew, now they have 44 points, and Manchester United is still ahead of them. Liverpool is still having problem to solve. As you know, 5 games, they're still number 6. Brentford, that Arsenal is going to play, man. This team has been rising over the table, really, really good. And I'm gonna talk about them in a bit to preview the match as well, because it's Brentford is not an easy team, guys. In the last 5 matches, they have been really, really good. They have only lost 2 and won 3. And very recently, they have been in a winning streak, which was 2 wins in a row, which they haven't had for a while. But now we are going to talk about that when it comes to the preview in a bit. Now, the other biggest concern that we have is Tottenham Hotspur, guys. I have never even wanted to talk about Tottenham Hotspur at all, but I think this is a very crucial topic to discuss. Tottenham Hotspur is number 16, and in the last 5 games, they have won nothing. 2 draws and 3 losses, guys. What is Tottenham Hotspur doing in this world? What is going on? Is is this the season where we're going to see Thomas Frank, the first manager of Tottenham Hotspur, to be relegated? Is this the first moment where Tottenham Hotspur will be relegated? We know for sure they have been relegated previously, but is this the moment where we see Thomas Frank collapsing? He was asked today in the press conference if he is still the right person, if he is going to be there in the game North London Derby. As you guys know, North London Derby is very soon and coming. And he said, yes, he's going to be there in the North London Derby and he will be the manager. I don't think this manager is going to last. Look at this record, guys. What is going on at Tottenham Hotspur? What is going on? Newcastle, who have been very, very terrible the last few weeks, they barely score goals. And Tottenham Hotspur, just a team that got a draw out of Manchester City at home, let a very, very weak team these very few weeks to beat them 2-1, guys. And at home, their record has been terrible. I don't know how they're going to perform against Arsenal come in the other weekend. North London Derby is going to be a game to watch. And not because Tottenham is a better team or because Tottenham Hotspur is going to bring any challenge. It's just because Arsenal is going to annihilate them. This is just relegation battle. Number 16 with 29 points, battling with Nottingham Forest, Wolves, West Ham. Guys, what is happening in the world of football? And in Champions League, they are flying. In the Premier League, they are collapsing like the fallen wall of Eden. This is just crazy, guys. I just don't know what is wrong with Tottenham Hotspur. And I would be really, really excited for them to be relegated anyway. So we don't really relegation battles. I see you, King Bond. King Bond, thanks for joining, man. Give me your views, man. Shout out to King Bond and Miguel Jimenez. Thank you so much for joining, man. It's just crazy to talk about Tottenham Hotspur. I know, as the North Londoners, people who come from the North and Arsenal in general, please, it's just always a very, very good thing to laugh at Tottenham Hotspur. And if they don't improve, guys, their upcoming game is also super, super difficult. If you look at the Tottenham Hotspur games that are left, guys, Arsenal is still there, Liverpool is still there, Chelsea is still there. Man, Tottenham Hotspur could be relegated, man. Anyway, enough of them. I don't even want to waste my time talking about them because they're just almost not a team to even worry about. But anyway, enough of them. So that was the Premier League matches that happened. At least we have seen that Premier League doesn't disappoint, and it has given us at least a very, very good moment to enjoy. As you know, Tottenham Hotspur has been shambled, and for sure, as we understand, Arsenal is going to play Brentford on Thursday, and today's fixtures are just very clear. And as you guys know, Manchester City is going to play today against Fulham, which is going to be intriguing game to see. And I think there's nothing that is going to be actually watchable in that game because Manchester City, I for sure they're gonna take the 3 points, and I think there's even no doubt that Fulham can get anything out of that game. There is no way, because I see only Manchester City scoring at worst, less than 3 goals because Fulham has been very, very poor, like super, super poor in these few matches that has actually gone through. Now, we'll see at the fixtures that is happening today. We have West Ham United versus Wolves. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. And then we have Aston Villa versus, that is Brighton. We have Crystal Palace playing Burnley and Manchester City playing Fulham. That is the game to watch. But I think I would just give it to Manchester City. There is no way Fulham is going to win at Etihad 100%. And then on Thursday, as you guys know, Arsenal is the only team playing that is at Brentford, and that's what the game. That's the game that we're going to look at very, very shortly. And also, we know Liverpool is going to Sunderland, which is going to be a tricky game for them without Soberslai. It's another game to watch. So we will come back again tomorrow to look at all these matches, and probably if Fulham get something, that would be a joy for us. But if not, I'm not even worried about it. We have to just do our job as Arsenal team because we need to at least go on and win whatever we can do in all ways. Now, let's look at the game itself. Mikel Arteta's press conference, for sure, it's going to be today and later on. And I will do that press conference reaction later on when it comes to another live stream. But let's look at Brentford and Arsenal. Now, Brentford has been very, very prolific in in scoring actually, because this guy, this Brentford striker who is second to Brett Allen, that is Yogo. What is his name? Let me have Yogo Tiago. So this guy is Ego Thiago. This striker is one to watch in this particular match. I know we have the best defenders and we have the best midfield. We have good, good defenders. But this Thiago of Brentford is proving to be something to watch. Because if you look, he has played 25 matches, he has 17 goals and one assist and five yellow cards. This man is gonna be somebody that every Arsenal defender has to be on him. Because this Brentford team is really, really on form. It's not only just Thiago, but they have also some really good players in the midfield, good players in in their in their back. Now, if you see, they lost a lot of players. Wissers, is it Wisser? They lost their manager itself, and this new manager is just doing something that I think Thomas Frank, who is about to be relegated, needs to needs to be taken off Tottenham Hotspur and find another team, because Brentford has actually rejuvenated. I know they started the season a little bit poor and they were not on form, but the way they are playing, guys, the last five games, if you're to see, Brentford against Leeds, it was 1-1. Manchester City won. That is in the that was a FA Cup. Let me look just on in the Premier League. So Wolves and Brentford beat them 2-0. Now, when you look at Brentford Bournemouth, beating Bournemouth 4-0. Brentford against Tottenham, that was 0-0. Of course, that makes sense because Tottenham, they're just not great. When you look at Everton and Brentford won 4-2. When you come to Brentford and Sunderland, that was very, very difficult against Arsenal. That is, Brentford beat them 3-0. And then they went in for FA Cup. Now, when you look at the bigger game, Chelsea managed to beat them for sure. That was January 17th. And then we look at Brentford, Nottingham Forest at least beat them. Then Aston Villa. This was just the recent one on Sunday. Aston Villa was beaten by Brentford, even with red card, man. Brentford was having red card at Villa Park. And then when you look at Newcastle and Brentford, this was just this Saturday, they also won that match 3-2. So this team that we are going to play, guys, is not an easy team. It's not going to be like Sunderland. It's not going to be like Carriac. It's not going to be like any other team that we have played. Similarly, maybe Leeds, they press like Leeds United. They press so hard. But I think this is going to be a very, very good team to watch. And this Thiago, man, we have to watch him so closely so that we don't have any problem, any goals, or any issue, guys. Because if we do have any issue with this man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be very, very difficult, man. Because it's the way I look at it, guys. Brentford doesn't just sit back. They don't just pass it back. I mean, how do you call it? Park the bus. They don't do that. They attack, which is favorable for Arsenal, but they are also very, very good in tracking players. They are very good at tracking players. They're very good at moving the ball forward. They're very good at almost every single thing when it comes to playing this league. So, guys, as we look at this game, I feel like we should at least have our gears on and also help. I wish, and I would think, and I will give you guys my predicted starting 11, just particularly because of this game. I feel like Mikel Arteta has to change certain things for us to go there and win, because we need to have at least teams or players that are going to counteract every single moment that Mikel Arteta will bring, or every single moment that Brentford, I mean, would bring in this particular match, because they are not an easy team. They are going to be on us. They're going to be defensively strong, and they have a striker that can bully defenders, make good runs. This Thiago guys, I would have him in Arsenal for sure. I would have him at the Emirates if I am given the chance to buy this particular guy, because it's unbelievable how a player that comes in just like that, and you guys already know, it's been very, very good. Very, very good, guys. And he's a player to watch against Arsenal. Now, what's my take on the match itself? Mikel, first thing I have to tell Mikel, if he's listening to me, if anybody can tell him, let the handbrake off. Leave the players to play their game and don't have the handbrake on. If we go to Brentford, we still have to respect them. But I think if we go to Brentford and play exactly the way we played against Leeds, attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking and giving every single ball and every single player on it, we are going to come back victorious. Because I know Brentford is just not going to sit and say, yes, Arsenal has come here and now let's respect them and not do anything. They are going to be on it. They are going to be on every single moment. And this is the moment where we shall see if Mikel Arteta has some energy and has some tactics to employ in this particular match. Because I think if we don't really do that, it's going to be really, really tricky. And at the end of it all, knowing that the pressure is going to be so, so high in this particular match, because Manchester City would have played earlier, and we are going to be in the pressure because for sure we need to win. Because if we don't win at Brentford, we will be down to 3 points. And 3 points is not a big margin, guys. It's not a big margin. It's going to be very easy for Manchester City to bring back their belief. I just want us to play and maintain the points, the gap as 6 and 6 and 6, because it's gonna be crazy if we don't. Now, what tactics would I play? I'm looking at 4-3-3, but I will have Kai Havertz in the midfield to kind of go in for a 4-4-2 slide, because that's gonna counteract the defense and help Kai Havertz and Gyökeres go on. Now, this would bring me to the starting 11 that I think would really fit this game. Now, as usual, as you guys know, it's just the starting 11, and always Raya, nobody beats him. He's just gonna start, and I was starting straight away. Even though he was rusty a little bit in the last game, I think I will start David Raya right there in the midfield. I mean in the goalpost as always, and I think he would do a good job there because he's our number one. Now in the defense, I think matches number two, I will still go with Julian Timber because I think Julian Timber is a very, very good player. And I know he has played a lot and he might need some rest, but I think in this particular game with the physicality that Brentford has, I think I would leave Brentford. I would really leave Julian Timber to start and still keep his place, because I think we need that physicality to be there to help us in this particular match, because Ben White is still coming back from injury and he is not as energetic as Timber. So if we can have Timber right there in the right back to just at least maintain that momentum and maintain that the safetiness up at the back, I think I would go with Timber as number two. Now in the heart of the defense, for sure, the two guys. that have been very, very prominent. It's been very important for the Arsenal and has played the game really, really well the entire season. Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba. I will keep that still there. The two guys I won't change, and I will just keep them there. They will stay. Now the problem comes to number three, which is this is very difficult. We have Nkapie, and then we have MLS, and we have Calafiori. Who would you take, man? Who would you take in number three? I think for this particular game, with the physicality that we shall have and the battles that we shall have every single moment in the defense and in the midfield, I think Nkapie would really, really be a good fit to start this match because I think Calafiori was a little bit rusty when we played the last match, but I think Nkapie can be a very, very good starter for this game because at least he can defend well and also he can move forward a little bit, drive the ball as well. So I would do Nkapie, I would do William Saliba and Gabriel, and then Timber, just just like that. I'll keep that back line exactly like that. Now we move to the midfield. That's where I'm gonna have some little changes a little bit because I think the midfield that we need for this match is not gonna be a slow midfield. We need someone who can drive the ball really fast to counteract some of the players that Brentford will provide. Because I know this Thiago man is also very fast. He's also energetic. So I need somebody to be very solid right in front of the defense. I would actually play Declan Rice 6 in this particular match. For the reason being that he is at least mobile and he is strong enough to keep that line back four safe. And then I would play um, Zubi a little bit forward, maybe because I think he's capable to do that in this. But they can interchange anyway for no reason. But I think it will help the team so much if we can do have that momentum of switching between Declan Rice and Zubi in the back of the defense. That is in the, I mean, it's right in front of the defense because it's going to help a lot. It's going to have a lot when it comes to this to protect the back row and protect the goalkeeper. So I would play Declan Rice 6 and Zubi Mendy a little bit at 8. And, you know, um, Kai Havertz has been back from injury, has been playing well. But I think in this match, I would rest him, man. We don't want him to go back to injury. I would just start Eze. I think this kind of game where you have physicality, I think Eze might be a better fit to start ahead of that. I don't know. I haven't heard about um, Captain Martin Odegaard, and I haven't heard about Saka yet. But I think with the press conference coming in later today, I will be able to see that. Then we can see. I can see I can change my lineup. But I think I will play Eze in the 10 role and also have that is um, Declan Rice and Zubimendi right there in the midfield. Now, when it comes to the wing, we know Trossard has also got some niggles, and I don't think he's going to be able to play. So I will keep probably bring in Martinelli and still go with Madueke on one side. That would be my wing because I think Martinelli has come in like in those last two games that he came in. He actually played really really well. He's improved a little bit. He has improved his runs and all the crosses. Even Gyökeres goal that he scored, actually, he was really, really good. I don't know whether we can keep him on the right or put him on the left, but I think any position in that particular way, I think he can play in any either left wing or right wing. I think he's good enough to do that. And then in the striking line, this match, I need Gyökeres to start. I need Gyökeres to start because he can keep that momentum of scoring moving. I need him to start for this particular match because it's gonna be very, very crucial. And if you have a striker who has been scoring 2 goals, man, it's a very, very big deal to a striker. And if you put him down again in the bench, that's gonna demoralize him. If I were Mikel Arteta, I would just start Gyökeres straight away and let him flourish, yeah, up front. And the only thing that Arsenal team has to do is just find him. And I think good thing now that I've seen in Gyökeres is not like fighting defenders that where he when he first came, he was just like wanting to be close to defenders every single time, like giving them a full knock or maybe like checking them a little bit. I think he has to just stay away from the strike from the defenders. That's what he has started actually doing, which has helped him play better in this position. Because as a striker, you always want to maneuver between defenders. You don't want to be just tied to the defenders and just try to brush them or maybe push them or trying to use your energy to get away from them. A smart striker would always find space in between the defense, and I think he has started doing that. He has really improved a little bit, and he's doing well in that position. So that would be my predicted lineup. Let me know yours, and let me know if you have any question to do with that particular predicted lineup. I have started, for those ones who have just joined in, please subscribe to the channel and be part of the channel as well. I have given my predicted lineup as always. Arsenal is very confident to win at Brentford, and I am confident that we shall be in good shape to win against this particular team. For the main reason is we will have no pressure. Even if Manchester City wins today, we will still be in pole position with the squad that we have, with all the mentality that we have, with the strikers and the players and all the team itself. I feel like we are in for a final. Every single game must be a final, as Mikel Arteta says, because as we know, Manchester City now have stepped it up a little bit against Liverpool, but that doesn't mean they're gonna step it up against Fulham. Fulham is a very difficult team, but I don't think they're gonna win. But I think we can give a chance. But we don't want any team to really perform for us. Every team has to perform for themselves, and Arsenal also need to do their job if they want to win this league. We don't have to rely on other teams. We don't have to rely on any single team to save us or give us the how do you call it? Give us the favor, I would say, because we don't need favor from anybody. We are able to do what we can do. So if we can beat Brentford, that would be a big boost for the Arsenal as well. So that's my lineup. Let me know your lineup, guys, and let me know what you think of the game. Do you think Arsenal will win, and what would be your prediction of the match itself? I am gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for a 3-1, and because I think the pressure that we shall have is gonna be massive, and I think we can handle that really well. And my goal scorer, I still bet Gyökeres to score, and I think Martinelli and probably one, maybe uh, Gabriel hasn't really scored for a while, so I think I will give him a goal as well. So I will go for Gyökeres, Martinelli if he starts, then Gabriel. This would be my three scorers. But tomorrow, I mean on Thursday, we shall see that if all come true. That is my scorers, and yeah, let me know what you think. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about is we want to see things to do with injury and things to do with Premier League matches that are going to transpire a little bit today. Now, as we know, Manchester City, we really said they're going to meet Fulham, but I want to see your take on. Do you think Fulham will do something, or you just think Manchester City will brush them as easy as possible? Because Fulham hasn't been really good though. They have been very good the last few weeks, and I think playing at Etihad, I don't think Fulham will do anything, and we don't have to put any hope on because the last time we put our hope on Liverpool, everybody cried. So let me see comments here, guys. Um, Super Gangster, King Kong, what's up? Let's see. This is saying hi, Miguel. Thank you so much for joining, man. You like King Bone? Uh, what is that? I don't even know what King Bone is. To be honest. It's good, but I have, but you know what? Who do you think it is? Is it Thiago or is it King Von? Because Thiago, if you're talking about Thiago, I think being a second top scorer is you have to give him some credit because you cannot have 17 goals and people think you're just a normal striker. There are so many good strikers in the Premier League, man. And this Thiago man, he is proving to be one of the best um, that we have seen in the Premier League because of recent. I think we don't have really good striker, with the exception of Haaland, as you guys know. I know Gyökeres has some, I think 6 or 8 goals, but this Thiago guy, I would have him in the Arsenal, guys. If he's offered to Arsenal, I would take it. The way this guy runs and controls that front, he is good, and we have to be aware of him when we go to Brentford. We have to fully be aware of him because he is not an easy man. He is not, guys. And I think if this ego, Thiago, if we can keep him quiet with the first half and keep him quiet even in the second half, I think we will be in a good position to win. Because this Thiago guy, he is scoring almost every game in the Premier League. He misses narrowly, guys. And our defense, I know, is the best defense in the league, but I know with our best defense, we still have to be wary of a striker that is scoring 17 goals. I'm not saying we are gonna lose the match, but I think we need to be respectful of this man and Brentford in general because their form hasn't been very bad actually. Because in the last 5 games, they have actually won a lot. They have won a lot, and I think matches they have been on form, beating even Newcastle 3 they can score, man. 3 goals to 2. Beating Aston Villa just 1-0. Those are big teams. It's only Chelsea and Nottingham Forest that actually beat them in the last few games went through. But they are a good team. They are a good team. And I think if we want to win this game, we have to bring our best of the best game so that we can win because it's not gonna be easy. And good enough that I feel like Arsenal's form away has been a little bit fair. Matches the home advantage most times with this kind of pitches that, like they're not very big. It's almost like other side when you go to Brentford, you have all the fans and supporters close to the pitch. That kind of atmosphere alone, we know we have crumbled there the last few seasons. When we go to Brentford, it's not easy. But I think being on a Thursday night is still not gonna be easy. But the only thing to do is to just keep them quiet by scoring an early goal. And I think that's the strategy. If we can give them at least 1 or 2 goals in the first half, that can at least calm the situation. But if not, these guys can scream, these guys can shout. The atmosphere there is humongous. It's crazy because everybody knows that it's gonna be difficult. But guys, let me know in the comment what do you think of the game? What would be your prediction? And just type in there what would be your prediction for the game. And what do you think of the game? Would you go with the lineup that I gave you guys, or you think you would make some changes? And what would be your score prediction? Also, let me know in the comment, and we can move on as well because it's. I also need to hear from you guys. Thank you, Miguel and King Vaughn, for actually commenting. And I like if we can share together as well because it's really, really important to be engaged and also share. I just don't want to be the only person talking. I want you guys also to share your view and give your input on the game and on the match itself because it's important. Sometimes, if you want to join the team as well, let me know in the comment and I can send you the link right away and post it in there so you can come and join the team and join the discussion because it's a good moment for the Arsenal. We know we are 6 points ahead, and it could be down to 3 today if City win against Fulham, which I expected. But I think going down to 3 points should give Arsenal the extra energy and give us the extra desire to move and go and beat Brentford. And like I said, 3-1 would be very well received. And I think if we don't get 3-1, at least we could get 2-1 for some case in case we don't play well. But I think knowing that Manchester City could have won, that should give us more desire to win. I feel like we shouldn't play under pressure though, because I feel like Arsenal wants Manchester City always win. It's just sometimes they have that slide and they say, "Oh, we shouldn't let the emotion overtake us. We should at least give our time, give our players time to refresh, give our players time to like, recapitulate themselves and just see a way to win this match. I only need three. If we can just get game by game, 3 points till the end of May, that would be good. I'm not saying we're gonna win all the matches, but I think if we go game by game and perform to the maximum, perform to the ability, to the best of our knowledge and skill, I think we should be good. We should be good, guys. Um I don't see Manchester City going in for 5-game run. Manchester United tried after Bukhari came, people were saying, "Yes, this is gonna be the manager, this is gonna be." Now, West Ham, who is fighting relegation, actually playing a team that is fighting relegation is the most difficult challenge you can ever have. Because if you think like they're gonna back down or not play, West Ham today was crazy on Manchester United, guys. They outplayed Manchester United until the last moment where Sechko got that flick, and they would have lost after a while. Because I have some Manchester United friends, and they're like, "We're gonna go in for a 10-win run. We're gonna go in for a 6-win." Like, where has it ended, guys? Last time you were laughing at me that you beat us, but now at least you have gone down uh to lose, at least not lose actually, to get a draw after your 4 win streak. But that was good. But Chelsea is having some issue, guys, that we need to address as well because I feel like Rosino has some challenges that he has to address with Chelsea. Because Chelsea, if they had wanted it, they could have gone ahead of Manchester United. They could have been number two. But Premier League, like I said, doesn't disappoint. Leeds United is not an easy team. And everybody was saying, oh, Arsenal beat Leeds United is just easy because they're not playing well. Now we can see that also against Chelsea, they performed. The good thing is Manchester City still have Leeds also. They're gonna go to Ellen Road. That's one game that I think if Manchester City doesn't play well, they might lose points there. I'm counting on Leeds. Not that I should even, but I'm counting on Leeds at least to do something when it comes to the moment. And hopefully that would be when they play Manchester City. So I think either a draw or a loss when Manchester City goes there. That's one game that I'm very, very confident that Manchester City might lose when it comes to the Premier League matches. That is 8 to 8 to do with the Arsenal. Now, let me look at Arsenal matches as well, real quick. We have that is Brentford that we're gonna play on Thursday, and then we have Arsenal Wolves that's gonna be on Wednesday. We have that is after that be the North London Derby that is going to be at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That is on Sunday 11. So we have 3 games. The one tomorrow we have Wolves. Then I think we have Wigan in FA Cup. And then we'll play we'll play Brentford, play Wolves, play, so we have Wigan. So we have about 4 games in a spell of probably 2 weeks. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, it is what it is, guys. They're professional players, so I think they shouldn't even cry, even if they play so many games. But yeah, guys, that's been my analysis, and I think what we need, like I said, Mikel, let the handbrake off and let the players do what they can and play with freedom. Because if we play with freedom, we should be good to win this match. I don't want to see us playing systematic playing games where like everything has to be coordinated. Everything has to be one, two, three, one, two, three. Every time, left, right, or passing back in the defense. The amount of time we play in the defense, man, it's just crazy. But I think if we can let the handbrake off and just play free, we should be in good shape to win. And yeah, if there's no comment, guys, yeah, that was my predicted 11. And that's my prediction as well. 3-1. That's my prediction. You can come back again tomorrow. We will be back late tomorrow to just do the press conference review and a little bit of diving into some of the key tactical things that Arsenal can do to win this particular match. Today is just like a preview of it in general and understanding what we have. And then we will also look at the players in detail, some of the Brentford players that we should be worried about, and some of the Arsenal um, perspectives that I have that I think if we can employ it really, really well, we should be in good shape to win all the matches when it come. Uh, when yeah, we should be in good shape. I don't think we don't have that consistency. We have good players, we have consistency, and we have a lot to work for and a lot to play for, and that is the Premier League. And also, we know that Manchester City is coming, and I think the Arsenal players should have that in their mind and think positive and have that. Yes, even if Manchester win today, we should just know what 6 points can be restored when we go to Brentford, and I'm pretty sure we will do that really well to help in all scenarios in all cases. Please, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and a big part of the channel. We do live stream every single day, and we discuss Arsenal, we discuss the league in general. And I'm so glad that you guys are always here with me and having fun and talking football. If you like it, that's great, and if you don't, it's also okay because it's your choice to be free and to enjoy the content that you like. So, to all the Arsenal fans, let's lead all ourselves to Brentford come this Thursday. And tomorrow we'll get back again to look at the Premier League. And as I know, Tottenham Hotspur probably they might have sacked the manager already today. If not, they might sack him the next few days. So let's hope when it comes to the North London derby, Thomas Frank will still be there so that we can outplay them and beat them thoroughly. And not North London will still forever be red as always. And I think if they get relegated, like I said at the beginning, it's going to be a crazy, crazy thing in my entire world to see my biggest rival in North London going to be relegated. I think the chairman needs to act fast though because games are only 15 or 13, I mean, even 14 left, and they need to find a way to start winning. If Frank is not the right guy, they have to find another. But I feel like Tottenham even has been changing coaches after coaches. They don't have one person who can stay in, and I don't know. Yeah, but even if they get relegated, it's not my problem. But I think it's just it would just be bored. A new stadium, and you're going to play championship. Not that they will, but I think they have to, yeah, they have to recoup and do something, man. They have to at least come back together and do have a fair struggle and fight for it and fight for the league. Probably come back up 16. It's not good enough. Not good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. It's just humiliating London itself. Not just we are flying, but I think yeah, we need to do something for Tottenham Hotspur to come back to the game. Um, time is far much spent, guys. Normally we do an hour, but there's nothing else to talk about. So if there's no comments, and there's nobody giving me anything here, yeah, I will just call it a day then, and hope to see you tomorrow. If nobody has any comment, if you have any question, please let me know. If not, possibly we will end here today and open up the stream today and discuss more. Thanks, you guys, for being there, and thanks for watching, and thanks. Subscribe on your way. For those who are gonna watch later, please also subscribe to the channel and be part so that when and put on your notification bell as well because if you want to, you don't have to miss any video. We upload every day, and the journey has just started. That's no fun because I know I'm not yet a very big channel, and I think I will build this together with you guys. You are committed and having fun with me. Yeah. ride with me and we can go on the journey because a journey of 1,000 miles starts with just one step. So if somebody has taken one step forward to this, to just deliver Arsenal content to you and the Premier League content to you with not biasness, but just objectiveness and probably subjectiveness as well, um, and just being myself online and bringing my analysis to you guys. I appreciate so much every single person who is always here. I give you I five. I give you um, a very big thank you and a very big hug because it means the world to me just at this moment to share football with you. Um, right, if you can like the stream as well, that that would also mean a world. If you can hype as well, I've heard there's also hype again, something that I've just didn't even know that it existed. I just found out few weeks ago that you can hype the stream later on so people can more people can watch it. So if you could do that for me, that would be amazing. If you can subscribe also, that would be amazing. If you can comment later on and share and tell your friends that yeah, we talk Arsenal every day at this time. 1 hour talk, and that is good enough. But also, I want the interaction. If there's no interaction from the audience, there's nothing else. Yeah, we can call it a day as well. But all in all, have a good evening and have a good day, and I will see you all tomorrow. One love and one love. Subscribe as you go back. One love. Thanks.